The GameStop situation is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. This crazy trip will continue. Now, stock trading has closed for the week, so we're going to have to wait until Monday to see where this goes, but as of today, as of right now, GameStop closed at 305. Now, if you look at the past 5 days, you'll see the great fluctuation here, and then things have kind of held steady. The numbers haven't spiked as much as people had hoped, but that's in large part because of manipulation on the part of various stock brokers who are not letting people trade as they would normally be able to, while the rich folks get to trade in the same way that they want. And then on the other side of things, the folks at Wall Street who shorted GameStop, they're being stubborn, so everything's sort of at a standstill and a deadlock right now. Then we saw AMC. AMC is another one that's... GameStop and AMC are the two big ones that people are trying to rally for. It held steady. Not huge gains, but not huge losses either. And this is what the past 5 days have looked like. So there's the big spike, and you can see, yeah, it's fluctuated, but Redditors, the folks at Wall Street Bets who kickstarted all of this, are holding the line. So you get the idea. And another new development is that earlier today, a couple of people who are prominent figures kind of expressed their intent to support this movement. So right here we have a Reddit post highlighting how Justin Sun, this Asian billionaire, has stated that he'll be buying $1 million of GameStop stock tonight from Asia when the market opens. Wall Street Bets community know that over 4 billion Asian community and 20 million TRX community are behind you. Ethan Klein, who is a popular YouTuber, said that he's also contributing, saying, I'm buying GameStop. I don't care if I lose it all, and I will continue to invest in companies being shorter by criminal hedge funds until they're all bankrupt. On the other side of things, on the short sellers and Wall Street side of things, well, the headline here speaks for itself. GameStop short sellers are still not surrendering despite nearly 20 billion in losses this month. That number went up from 5 billion. Music to my ears. Again, this is personal. For a lot of people, this isn't even about the money. Like, the money is a big part of it, but the main thing, the main focus is sending a message, telling Wall Street to fuck off, especially after the housing bubble of 2008 and the market crash at the time that left people who are already rich richer, and people who are just getting by, they were utterly decimated, their lives upended. Wall Street took advantage of the economy and of the average Joes, and now the average Joes are trying to kind of return the favor through this movement. And it's just kind of an all-out war between these two sides, essentially. Now, a big component to all of this are the stockbrokers, the apps and websites that have been manipulating the market in favor of the rich, and chief among them is this app right here, Robinhood. Back in January 28th, it was tweeted out, in light of current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only, including AMC and GameStop. Read more here. Within that statement, Robinhood opens with, our mission at Robinhood is to democratize finance for all, as they proceed to restrict stock trading for the poor who have gotten savvy to this game that Wall Street has been playing for decades, while the rich get to just go about their daily activities trading stock. Again, this is the opposite of a Robinhood situation. They're not taking from the rich and giving to the poor. They are keeping the poor at bay and helping the rich get richer, or trying to defend the rich. And they also talk about, oh man, it's important to help customers stay informed. We're committed to helping our customers navigate this uncertainty. No, the customers know exactly what they're doing, and you, Robinhood, knew exactly what you were doing when you did this. It's not about the customers. That's not to say you shouldn't be careful in these volatile situations. You shouldn't just rush to just throw money in there without doing your research. But the idea that, oh, this was all done for the customers, no, it wasn't. This was done to defend Wall Street and the billions that they're losing. And the irony especially kicked in when people discovered this tweet from back in March 23rd, 2016 that simply reads, let the people trade. Yeah, I agree, Robinhood. Let the people trade. Now, beyond restricting stock trading, Robinhood also restricted crypto trading, especially as Dogecoin, which is this cryptocurrency that started as a meme and joke, actually gained a lot of traction, got swept up in all of this especially given that this whole situation is a meme, and the value of Dogecoin, which was never really taken seriously, suddenly soared 300%, and now people are keeping a close eye on it. And from what I've seen lately, it's been fluctuating, it's been going up and down. So if we look at the performance over the last week here, for example, you can see that, the value here was in the fraction of cents, and then boom, we see big spikes here. Value got up to 8 cents, and so people who started down here actually got quite a bit of money if they invested, but now it's been stabilizing and now it's sort of fluctuating. Now, it's no secret that Robinhood pulling this has drawn bipartisan backlash, actually. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, I mentioned this in the last video, tweeted out how this is unacceptable, how the Robinhood app is blocking retail investors from purchasing stock but letting hedge funds trade freely. And so she's called for a hearing as a member of the Financial Services Committee. And she also mentioned that this isn't just Robinhood. Plenty of other brokers have taken similar steps. So AOC emphasized that inquiries into freezes should not be limited solely to Robinhood and that this is a serious matter. Elon Musk agreed with everything she said. Now, there's been some new developments on that front. Robinhood is now facing everything from hearings to class action lawsuits. So here's one class action lawsuit that was spotlighted by Lydia here. This suit was filed in the Southern District of New York, and additional details can be found on CNN here, whose headline reads, "Class action lawsuit filed against Robinhood following outrage over GameStop stock restriction." Here's a quote from the lawsuit itself, which reads, "Robinhood's actions were done purposely and knowingly to manipulate the market for the benefit of people and financial institutions who were not Robinhood's customers." Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. The lawsuit claims Robinhood's decision deprived retail investors of potential gains they could have made by buying when the stock was low and selling when its price rose. Indeed, if stockbrokers didn't place artificial limitations like they did, we might have seen stock rise further and people might have made money off of this, from GameStop to Nokia to AMC, but with these artificial restrictions, people's ability to make some money off of the stock market like Wall Street has been doing, that's been essentially negated or limited and mitigated, which is bullshit. That is straight up just market manipulation, and all the backlash and all of the scrutiny that Robinhood is facing now, absolutely all well-deserved. And the idea of suing Robinhood has gained enough traction that a new subreddit was started called Class Action Robinhood, and already it collected more than 31,000 users as of Thursday. Let me actually go to it and see if it has amassed any additional users. So now we've got 42,000 degenerates. Okay, that's one name for a community. But yeah, people are staying up to date about the class action lawsuit. Apparently, these Redditors have already engaged in conversation with Chapman Albin LLC based in Cleveland, Ohio, and they apparently specialize in investment and financial fraud. And one of the attorneys from that law firm, Philip Vujanov, told CNN that the firm has collected information from more than 6,000 people as it investigates Robinhood. And here's a direct quote, "This is pretty unprecedented. I've never heard of another scenario like this. There's going to be a lot of people left holding the bag." Vujanov then proceeded to call Robinhood's actions disingenuous and spotlighted the tweet from back in 2016 when Robinhood said, "Let the people trade," as if, they're a company for the people, by the people. They're anything but. Their true colors have revealed themselves. We'll see where this goes. Obviously, these kinds of lawsuits can happen over the course of months or years. They can take quite a bit of time, but I also do think that the situation is serious enough that it could potentially end up going places. And at the very least, Congress is certainly going hard on scrutinizing Robinhood. So here's a headline from The Verge stating Congress to hold hearings on the stock market after Reddit GameStop squeeze. We saw AOC suggest that a hearing should be held, but we also got Senator Sherrod Brown, the incoming chair of the Senate Banking Committee, saying that he plans to hold a hearing on the current state of the stock market in the wake of unprecedented volatility around GameStop, AMC, and other stock. And this is what he specifically had to say. Here's a direct quote, "People on Wall Street only care about the rules when they're the ones getting hurt. The game is rigged now that Wall Street is being beaten at their own game. American workers have known for years the Wall Street system is broken. They've been paying the price. Yes, The Wall Street system has been favoring the rich. It is rigged for the rich, and recent developments only further highlight that. The fact that the rich can influence these companies to shut down their brokerage services or limit those services, restrict those services for the average Joe, while the rich get to continue to do what they do. And then he added, it's time for the SEC and Congress to make the economy work for everyone, not just Wall Street. That's why, as incoming chair of the Senate Banking and Housing Committee, I plan to hold a hearing to do that important work. Somebody else who chimed in is Representative Ro Khanna, who said, we're done letting hedge fund billionaires treat the stock market like their personal playground, then taking their ball home as soon as they lose. We need more regulation and equality in the markets. And then finally, we got Senator Elizabeth Warren, who said it's long past time for the SEC and other financial regulators to wake up and do their jobs. And with a new administration and Democrats running Congress, I intend to make sure they do. Robinhood drew enough ire from the government that frickin' Ted Cruz retweeted AOC and said, fully agree. These are two polar opposite politicians who have been at each other's throat. So when you get frickin' Ted Cruz to publicly retweet AOC and say he agrees on something she said, man, you have officially royally fucked up. To close things out, I'd like to show you what the front page of Wall Street Bets looks like right now, the subreddit that started this movement. First of all, the now famous Redditor Deep Fucking Value, who invested 50-something thousand into GameStop and turned that into 50 million once the stock surge happened. He is still holding the line and posting updates on what his stock trading with GameStop looks like. And clicking on this, actually, you can see that as GameStop's stock price continued to hold at that high level, this dude continues to be tens of millions of dollars rich, 46 million as of the latest update just a few hours ago, and he's still not selling. So again, this is more than about money. If he sold right now, I mean, he'd be living comfortably for the rest of his life and then some. He still refuses to do so because, again, this is about sending a message, and a lot of people are rallying around deep fucking value. If he were to capitulate, then this whole thing might crumble. So the fact that he's still going on is kind of giving him hero status amongst this Reddit community. The subreddit is highlighting potential loopholes on how to circumvent the limitations placed on stock trading with GameStop. There's talk here of quotes moderators gave to news outlets. And so there's one quote here that reads, moderating Wall Street Bets has taught us that retail investors can be every bit as sophisticated as institutional investors, and in some cases even more so. We have researchers, mathematicians, momentum traders, gamblers, and so much more. So we've got a much more diverse group of people and just a larger army of people compared to Wall Street. Here's somebody else highlighting the market manipulation that Robinhood engaged in. You can see right here the rising pattern of the stock price until Robinhood instituted share limits. So in this case, it was 2 share limit, and then today they instituted a 1 share limit. The data here kind of speaks for itself. Again, it's Robinhood trying to keep the endeavor that the subreddit is engaging in at bay. It's about keeping the average Joes in line. Because God forbid they engage in the same system that Wall Street has been engaging in this free market. So yeah, you get the idea, or the basic idea. Again, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take this as financial advice. But no doubt there are so many other cogs in this giant machine that I don't quite fully comprehend that economists would be able to better explain. But all you need to know is that a community decided to play with Wall Street, they're winning, and now Wall Street is using dirty tactics to fight back, tactics that no doubt will face a whole lot of scrutiny from government officials and from people who will be engaging in class action lawsuits moving forward. Only time will tell how this all pans out and where GameStop's stock goes, where AMC stock goes, how long this goes on for. But until then, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this insane situation. It's still January. We're only a month into 2021, and it's utter insanity. But yeah, just share your thoughts in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.